Just a year ago, Ben Shalom was being called the future of British boxing. But now, his Sky Sports deal is gone, some of his star fighters are walking away, and Boxer looks like it is in a serious situation. So what really went wrong? Let's break it down in this video. But before we do that, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, then don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below. My name is Bright, and this is the Bright Show Podcast, Boxing. So look, it is fair to say that Ben Shalom and Boxer are in a very difficult predicament, and things are looking quite gloomy for Ben Shalom. When he joined Sky Sports, it was quite exciting because Eddie Hearn had then decided to join DAZN, and DAZN was sort of an international platform, and Eddie wanted to do more things on an international level. And there was a space at Sky Sports for someone like Ben Shalom, who was up and coming, who was young, who was going to bring some innovative ideas on Sky Sports and really grow the boxing sort of stable on Sky Sports. And then, he had some really big fights on there which went well. But I think for some reason, Sky Sports were not happy with the situation with Ben Shalom and Boxer. And of course, that contract came to an end and Sky Sports decided not to extend that. And then recently, it was announced officially that Ben Shalom has gotten into a contract with the BBC, which the BBC has a massive reach in the UK and sometimes even beyond the UK. So that was a really, really good deal. However, things have started going really bad as Ben Shalom's fighters, and when I say fighters, these star fighters, the fighters that have the name to be able to bring that notoriety and draw in the fans, are now leaving. Joshua Buatsi, who was on Sky Sports with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing, things didn't go really well. He then joined Ben Shalom and Boxer, and it looked as though Joshua Buatsi was going to kick on with his career. And look, I have always sort of been interested in Joshua Buatsi and what he's doing, because I think in terms of talent, he has a fantastic ability to become one of the best in the light heavyweight division, but he has not kicked on. I thought him coming back to Boxer and Sky Sports would give him the opportunity to kick on. It didn't work. He's now left Boxer and he's joined Frank Warren and he's now fighting on DAZN. And then recently, just a few days ago, you have Ben Whittaker, potentially the fighter on Boxer that had the biggest name, that brought a lot of eyeballs to Sky Sports and what they were doing at a Boxer. He's now left to Matchroom Boxing and have joined Eddie Hearn. It is not looking really good for Ben Shalom. If I look on their website, on Boxer's website right now, and the fighters that they have on that label, you have Chris Eubank Jr., who I think, he hasn't got a lot left in boxing. Entertaining fighter, knows how to talk, but, I think he's got a few more fights than he's done. You've got Adam Azim, you have Caroline Dubois, you have Vidal Riley, and then you have guys like Callum Simpson, you have Chris Billam-Smith is on there, you've got Fraser Clark, you have Richard Riakpo, Dan Aziz, Martin Bakoli is on there, Jamie TKV is also on there as well in terms of fighters with some name and some buzz behind them. But of course, Ben Whittaker leaving Boxer is a big blow because, as I said, Ben Whittaker has the name. He's a Marmite character. I've said it one too many times that people love him, people hate him. But what it does is that it brings a lot of eyeballs to what he's doing. And that creates a lot of intrigue for the fans, both casual and hardcore fans of boxing. Ben Shalom is in a situation where he needs to start building and really getting his boots on the ground and start working hard and to get everything back on track. You see, I have two main questions when it comes to Ben Shalom. The situation that he finds himself in. Number one, is it because he's in competition with two of the best promoters currently in boxing, which is Frank Warren, who is a veteran, he's a Hall of Famer, he's been there, done that, won that t-shirt, he's really experienced, he knows what he's doing, he's well connected in the industry. And then you've got Eddie Hearn, who is a new school sort of promoter, talks very well, Hearn has a massive machine behind him, which is Matchroom. They're involved in different sort of sports, so they know exactly what they're doing. Is it simply because Ben Shalom is competing with these guys, hence why he's found himself in this situation? Or is it because Ben Shalom is inexperienced and incompetent as to the reason why he finds himself in this situation? I say inexperienced because, as we know, Ben Shalom is young. He does not have a background of promoting some of the biggest fights we've seen in the UK. And, incompetent because we saw that massive mistake he did with Liam Cameron versus Ben Whittaker contract. When it was meant to be a 10-round fight, it became a 12-round fight. And he ended up paying Liam Cameron money to accept to fight a 10-rounder. So these things, I think, would add to a situation where Ben Shalom would find himself in this predicament where people are leaving and Sky Sports are not looking to extend the contract that they had before. I think it's a combination of both. I think, Ben Shalom has definitely got an opportunity to rise again. I don't think it is all doom and gloom for Ben Shalom, not at all, because I think there is an opportunity on the local level in Britain, in the UK, to get some really good fighters that are up and coming. Because as Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren have now joined the zone and are putting fight on the international level, local fighters and the local scene definitely need someone that could put some really good fights on. And I think this is where Ben Shalom will really thrive, because there have been complaints that a lot of boxers on the local level are not getting the opportunity to grow and to develop and to be on big cards in the UK. And also the BBC, as I mentioned before, has a massive platform in the UK. So if Ben Shalom can really get down to business, put some really good fights on in the UK, use that reach that BBC has in the UK and beyond to really promote his fighters and get some interest on the local level, it will be exciting for him. I think he could be a success on BBC. I think he could capture the imagination of fans in the UK on the local level and really bring boxer back to the top again. So look, it is not all doom and gloom for Ben Shalom, but I think there's a lot of work to do, and a partnership with the BBC is definitely a very good opportunity for Ben Shalom to kickstart what he started with boxer and where he can take it. You guys get in the comment section and let me know what you think about the predicament that Ben Shalom finds himself in currently, where his star fighters are leaving to the likes of Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, and he's got this deal with the BBC. What do you think about it? Do you think it's going to be a success? Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comments in the section below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.